Well, I just don't know if I'm going to survive this. Hi, my friend, I'm Pat Sloan, and what am I talking about? Well, the first thing is my website outages. It's up and down, and pictures aren't coming in, and things can't be downloaded. And yes, I know about it. And yes, you keep writing me. And no, I can't fix it. I have to wait for the company that I use to get them, there's act together and get it all put back to the way it was. But remember, they still have to make the changes that needed to be made. So it's all going to be updated eventually again, so there'll probably be another outage. But it's very frustrating for me because I can't just not look at it. I have to go look like every 5 minutes and see if it's working properly. I can't do blog posts because I can't insert pictures. I can't insert PDFs. So, you know, anyway, I'm a little discombobulated. So I don't know if I'm going to survive this. I am going to survive it. I spent 20 years in computers doing updates just like this on the other end. So I know what those people are going through. Okay, the other thing is, like, once these things happen, I do get a little out of sorts. And so somehow, when I did the calendar, on the 22nd there, I printed mine, and then somehow I must have fat-fingered and made a blank line, which made a blank 22 and made 31 days. And yes, I know there are only 30 days in November. I'm born in November. I know how many days there are. But it was a mistake, so I corrected it, but a lot of you printed it with a blank 22 and 31 days, so now the blank line is gone and it's shifted back up again. Basic editing stuff. So that's fixed, but I can't upload it to the regular place because the uploads won't go into my website right now. So anyway, there's my frustration. I just want to tell you because it's like behind the scenes things, and I get a lot of emails, and I may not answer you from this point on because you know now what's going on. You just have to wait until it all sort of fixes itself out, and it will all get fixed. I've been with this company for 20 years. On my website, I have 20 years of articles and data and everything else there. And they are generally really, really good. So this is not the norm for them whatsoever. So it'll all get worked out. So I just rewatched some of this and putting it together. And yes, I am frustrated. You're probably going to hear that in my tone of voice through the end. But at the very end here, I thought I'd add in a couple fun things instead of putting them here at the beginning. So be sure you watch to the end. Okay, the other thing is that I have, look at this table over here. I'm going to get the other camera and we're going to go examine what's going on over here, because this is the other thing that it feels like I'm not going to survive. But as a quilter, we know we survive this kind of stuff. It is doable, but it needs a plan. So hold on. I have several projects over here and I need a plan for all of this. And I need to put some of them in bins, whatever. So what are the things that this one needs a backing? So the spooky, I have the binding fabric, I haven't cut it. I have the top done, but I need a backing for this guy, for these spooky faces. This is my, will you be my neighbor? I need to put a little border, just this little border around it, and cut a backing, so that one needs done. Here I need to put the border on. This is the Climbing Roses with the Promise Me fabric, and so that needs the border done. This is a Secret Lives, and I want to do a very simple border treatment, so I need to get that up on the wall, and then I'll write a little pattern so you have that. And then this is the new one, and it needs a bin so I can work from it. And this is from the Sweater Weather book, which there, from this guy. That's the quilt in there, not the one on the cover, it's on the inside. We just did this one yesterday. So what is the plan? Backing, little mini border, and backing, because they are the closest to being done. And then I will do border and backing on that one because it's bigger, so it's a little bit more fiddly. Then over here to the border, and I already have the backing, there it is, but I have to cut it. But first I will just take this one and find it a basket, because it will come off of here then. I don't have to really do any work but find a bin to put it in. So this will be actually the first one I do. So 1, 2, because I just need backing, 3, 4, 5. And so that will be the plan. And while we're here, let's just bask in the wonderfulness, is that a word? The wonderfulness, the awesomeness of my red zinger. Do you see what I did? I did polka dots. Oh, I love it, love it, love it, love it. The dark, this one was just too dark. It just felt depressing. Sorry, but for those of you who liked it, but it felt depressing. And this is the dot that I sampled up there. The thing is, this dot, I would have to order more, which I could. This is Tulip Pink's line work, but I had this dot, which on the surface, they look pretty much the same, but you can see the dots are bigger. See, this dot is bigger on line work, but I have plenty of this. And what's good is the spacing. It has a lot of spacing, similar spacing. So, look again, that worked out fabulous. This one is trimmed, it's not sewn on. That one I just finished last night, so I just need 2, and then it can go on that stack and be another one in line that needs to be quilted. But it's going to get done soon, because then all of this are kind of closed out projects, which is what I'm looking to do right now. It feels a little bit much at the moment to have this much this close to being done, so I have to focus on that. Well, it feels good to look at that and have a plan. So if you are with me and you have like this whole stack that's sort of almost done, like they're so close to done and ready to either be wait for quilting or go to quilting, today do like I did and put them in order and look at how you're going to make that happen so that they're not just sitting there staring at you or taking up valuable space, because I need this workspace because I'm going to open up the electric AccuQuilt and cut the rectangles for the sweater weather, and the squares, the rest of the squares I need, because I already cut some. So see, I've already got some of those done. So I need to get that table cleared off so that I can work on it. But now we're going to talk about hometown charms. Hometown charms today is about food. We're going to celebrate the food of your hometown. Maybe your town is famous for, there's a great chili or a donut shop, or they made the best fried chicken. You might have, like in Maryland, there's a lot of places that have she crab soup. It's S-H-E, she crab soup, and it is sort of unique to that area. It might be that you make something that's super fabulous and you're in your hometown, so you count. Now, a lot of times you hear me talk about like gummy bears, which yes, that is the proper way to say it. It's not gummy, because if you grew up in Germany and you ate them there first, you speak it like a German, and it's gummy. But for me, that's sort of a unique thing to my childhood of living in Germany. Also, like I lived in New Jersey along the shore, and that was taffy. Along the shore, for those of you who don't know, means along the beach. If you're in New Jersey, you say the shore. Okay, so I have a little write-up in here about some other things, and of course at our website today, some of the ambassadors shared things about their hometowns and the famous foodie things that go on there. So our block, here's our block, our foodie block, our hometown foodie block. And so I am going to take down the red zinger and put up our hometown charms, and then we will look at fabric for this and make the block. But first, I have to go to the dentist, and then when I come back, I'll finish this video. All right, I'm back from the dentist, and I'm taping this on November 1st, and it is a glorious day. I have my screen door open. It is warm. I may have to change into a t-shirt rather than a long sleeve, and as soon as I'm done filming this video, I'm going for a walk. It is gorgeous. Okay, so now we're gonna pick the fabric for the food, your famous foods. So I know I want to bring in that cinnamon color again because I haven't used it much, and I think this will be a perfect block for it. So let's take a look at the fabric options. There is, I know the colorations here are kind of dark, but there is a ring, like it makes like a circle around the outside, and then there's this inner part, and then the two colors are repeated on the center, and then there is a background. So there's basically 3 fabrics. You could do more. You could do the inside as more fabrics. You could actually do this whole outside like all different fabrics if you didn't want, if you wanted to make it super, super scrappy. For one block in this sampler, I'm keeping it to 3 colors. So I think I want this sort of frame here. to be the cinnamon fabric. And so there's this, and this one. So there are these two. I think I'm going to go, oh, it's like, oh, let's see which one we pick. But the outside edge, I'm going to go either green or teal. And I have a lot of green options. So let's look at green first. So if I did like I'm going to fold this in half, sort of into a triangle there, like fold it into a triangle, because that way you can mimic the flying geese unit. So here's what would it be like if it was green, and then the green would be going all the way kind of around the outside edge, and these would be, let's mimic this, these would be like that. So that's kind of the focus. This other one with a little bit lighter print, it also looks good. It probably looks best against the dots because it'll pop against those dots a lot better. The dots is also what is used in the center around the house, but we're far enough away now that they're not touching at all. I've used this one already, so I don't think I've used this one at all. So I'm leaning towards this piece. And on the dots, it looks good, but that's a lot of dot. And I'd like to have a little bit more pattern. So this one would give me more pattern, and of course that one would as well. But if I did the teal, I could do like that. So that looks good because I like the flowers on here, and I like that this is a little bit lighter. I think I'm going to go with this one. So I'm going to go with the teal rather than the green batch. Now, this one would pop more, but I'm going to go with the lighter one. Now the background is in the four corners and then surrounding this diamond in the middle. So I pulled a few of these. Originally I was thinking maybe this one, because originally I was thinking this darker orange, although a lot of this fabric actually will be against now the teal around the border, and it'll be against orange on the inside. So I'm not sure that does it pop? It pops. But here is another option that I have that I haven't used yet, and that would be kind of cute because it's got a lot more pattern in it. And this light one does show up because these are bigger images, so that's really nice. It has three different kind of scales of fabric. This is a little bit bigger, medium, and then smaller print. And then I also played around with the thought of cutting up some of the sort of taupe tulips, but I think that gets a little lost. It probably would look best if I was doing this green, because then this would be kind of the more calming, and then all this pattern would be sort of popping around. So I think I'm going to go with this. I'm going to try this, and I think that's going to be fun because it'll be a little bit lighter block then. Some of the blocks read a little bit darker, and so I like bringing that lightness up into one of the blocks. So I'll go sew it up. In order to check if I would like this background, if I'm thinking it'll work, I don't need to cut it up. I made the flying geese units, and then I have the square. So the flying geese units we're going to make sort of this economy block, or square and a square and a square, which will be in the center here. So I can take, and I didn't cut a test piece of the other, but there we go. So it'd be kind of like this. And here would be this one, and I'm just tucking it under so you get the visual. And then this would be the spicy, cinnamon fabric, and then the corners would be the aqua again, because it's making this circle that goes all the way around. So yeah, okay, that's going to work. See, I can see it now, and I like that it has that bigger scale. I think that's fun. I like to put that into a bunch of these different, several of the different blocks have the more scale to them. So yeah, but wait. So I'm thinking because the pineapple has this background as well, and the one below it is a sailboat, which is a little bit lighter background. So what if I did something different? What if I used a different one? Oh, what if I used this one that has the sort of berries on it? Let's try that, because this is reading a lot like the pineapple. And well, I don't know that I want that now. So before I see, this is why you test it. This is why you take a look, and then you're happier because you don't have to redo things. Okay, quickly. Now this is a lot. This is a lot more pattern. This is a lot more pattern because this pumpkin-y, you know, little color pops are all over the place here. So there we go. So that reads, it reads lighter. So it doesn't get the taupe. I don't get like 3 taupes in a row in the corner if I do this one. And of course I could go really light. Remember this corner is going to go, so this is all rounded off into this sort of teal circle with the center part. Okay, I think I'm either, do I want to test another one? So this is another one that I used in the center of another block, but I haven't used it as a background, and it would be very light. No, I think I'm going to go with this. This is what I'm going to go with. Okay, I'm going to cut it up. So here is mine, and I love the way it turned out. It is lighter, which is what I was going for up here. So let's see. First, I'll just hold it. What do you think? Yeah, see, it gives that really lightness up there, which for some reason I was just feeling like this quilt needed that. That was my thought. Ah, nice, nice, nice. The other one has sort of a light green and the pink. Now, you know, I'm going to put a blog post up today, and I think I did a test of getting the download to work, so I think the download is going to work in the regular post. What I don't know is if the email will go out, because that is an automated handshake between two different companies, my service provider and the email company. And so that handshake was not working for about 2 weeks now. It's very sporadic. Sometimes the emails went, sometimes they didn't. Some of you didn't even notice. What's going on with that? But anyway, I'm hoping that it works today. If it doesn't, I will probably manually do an email like I did the other day. And for those of you who notice that the banner at the top is different, it will be coming from me. I had several people say, was that a scam? No, I'm having a lot of issues here. So hopefully, you know, you'll just cut me a break and take a look at what I'm sending. Okay, breathe, calm, calm, calm. Okay, so there's the block. I can't wait to hear what foods are famous in your town, even if it is your apple pie. First of all, fun things. We're going to end up on a fun note. It is Ohio Day, the state of Ohio. And why are we highlighting the state of Ohio? Because not 1, not 2, but 3 of our ambassadors are from Ohio. Say hello to Ohio people, Barbara and Melissa and Laura. All 3 of them are our ambassadors in Ohio. So we're going to celebrate Ohio today. Ohio. Isn't that like part of some cheer or something? I don't know. I'm not from Ohio. Okay. I have a wonderful, wonderful mail call, and I want to thank Helen from Wisconsin. She painted this card. Look at this. Look how absolutely gorgeous this bee is. And then she sent me a yummy Starbucks card. Thank you so much. Thank you. Mwah. And the last thing to have a fun wrap up is we are in November. And there are a lot of things that each month are sort of known for when you go to the month calendar. One of them is to adopt a turkey. It's Adopt a Turkey Month, I guess, rather than eat it on Thanksgiving. I don't know, but I have to tell you, I got a turkey thing here to show you, but first I have to tell you that I live just down the street from a park. It's a county park called Frying Pan Park, and yes, that is the name of it, Frying Pan Park. And it's a little farm, and it's got horse riding. It's got a carousel. I've showed you that. It's got a little old schoolhouse on it, an old farmhouse, et cetera, et cetera. But one of the things it is known for is adopting the turkeys from the White House. So when the president pardons the turkeys, they come to live in the park near my house, and they are beautiful turkeys. And so because I am a turkey baby, meaning every 7 years my birthday falls on Thanksgiving, I did a quilt with a turkey on it. It's a primitive turkey. I did this many years ago. I believe it is either a Jan Patek or a Linda Braddock pattern. You know, very much, I think it's very much out of print, but this is my turkey quilt. Now, I have a goal someday to do another turkey quilt. That is my personal goal, and I probably need to be on a quest. I also want to do one in cross stitch. So I'm on a quest for finding that perfect turkey, and more than likely it might be applique or paper piece. I know there's a paper piece one out there that is just glorious. Okay, all right, my friend. This is where we're at. So I love you. Mwah. Thank you for being here in the Sloan Zone. We can do it, right? I can do it. I can get through this web stuff. I will see you online.